So here we are leaving our gated community and entering into the outside world. And this is my first experience since the airport, so I'm very excited. I'm going to go and visit 2 buildings that Ahmed has been building. And we go immediately into this Woodman estate. I think you just got that, didn't you? So immediately.
And the reason for that is we cut through a lot of traffic taking this back entrance.
And I bet, it's already so beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
Your mum is on this estate. Ah.
A lot of greenery here, and a lot of open space to walk and meditate and be, and so much of green cover.
Yes.
Diverse plants, and it is pretty much an estate. It's, I think, almost like 14, 15 years old now or more.
Okay.
And so back when 14, 15 years ago, this part of Bangalore was very far out. Just like outskirts. And,
yes, you'd have to drive to come to it, and now it's
right in the center of it. But now, right in the center of it, if it's like 30 acres of 25 or 30 acres of just beautiful green space.
Yes. And again, I got that little moment of shock. Yes, we are on the left side, Keith, not the right. So good.
Yeah, just like back home.
Yes.
So there's 2 temples that Reshma wants to bring you, and this is a local, small, temple for the locality.
Yes.
One is so as we said, there are 3 gods who are famously worshipped in India.
Yes.
There are 3 gods. One is Brahma, the creator, Shiva, and these are the 2 temples. This is one of them.
Oh, that's one of the temples. Yes.
That's the other temple. This one right here.
Ah, right. Okay.
So the 3 gods are Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer.
Yes.
Now, getting into mythology, Brahma is not worshipped because of certain acts that he did.
The creator is not worshipped.
It's not worshipped.
Beautiful.
And there's also symbology there that creation just means life and death.
Creation is. Okay.
So, what is to worship about that? And Shiva and Vishnu are worshipped.
Yes.
And there came a time in India where there was a very clear faction of Vaishnavites, or people who are worshipping Vishnu.
Yes.
And Shivites, who are people who are worshipping Shiva.
Yes.
And but now there's a Shiva temple and there's a Vishnu temple, but the Vishnu temple has all the Shiva entities, and the Shiva temple has all the Vishnu entities.
Okay,
And
now I'm getting very confused.
Yes, exactly. So now it's all about covering your bases.
Oh, right. Leave no one out.
That's right. And, But
Okay.
having said that,
Yeah.
Reshma's mother is, predominantly a Vishnu devotee.
Yes.
But she will, also pay homage to all of the others as well. But predominantly a Vishnu devotee.
Yes.
Chanting the Vishnu mantras. Vishnu has, in the heritage, he has got 1,000 names.
1,000 names.
1,000 names. And those 1,000 names are chanted as a mantra. And so her mom would go through the whole process and everything.
You mean of chanting all 1,000 names?
That's right, yeah.
My goodness me.
Now between, it takes about half an hour.
Yes, wow.
Now, Vishnu and Shiva, again, because of certain stories of mythology, but it could be other behind-the-scenes stories too, but the popular, because of the popular stories, Shiva is not worshipped as an image, as a like an
anthropomorphic image, yes.
While so he's worshipped as a lingam, as a
the lingam
symbol.
Yes.
But then, of course, there's also the whole idea that the lingam which is out is only half of it, so it's actually an ellipse, which is some of it which is buried under the ground, and the rest of it is protruding outside. And Vishnu is worshipped in a humanite form, and Vishnu has about 10 avatars which are very famous.
Yes.
So there are the mythologies that are accepted by all of India. Then there are the mythologies which go into certain localities. So there's many stories, and then there are the stories which everyone knows. So Vishnu has the 10 avatars which is accepted by everyone. Then Vishnu could have even more avatars which are known in certain pockets.
So it's the cult of multiplicity.
Right.
The appreciation of endless extrapolation.
That's right. So, but then now, if we take a step backward from the three gods,
yes,
the Brahman, not Brahmin. Brahmin is like a caste and is a priest, and
yes,
a priest community. But amongst them, they've now into various different fields. But Brahmin is the caste and that class of people. Brahman is the ever-present existence. So when somebody's going through this, the gods and the Indian mythology and the whole syllabus, which they call Sanatan Dharma, as you go up that ladder, you get into not the gods but Brahman, which is existence.
Yes.
Which is maybe very similar to the Tao.
Yes.
Tao, and so that is not a god. It's not a creator. It's not a destroyer. It's just existence.
Yes.
So they have that concept as well. But what I had observed is that your average citizen of India is not, or the average Hindu citizen of India who's into worship and whatever, is focused more on the gods and less on Brahman and so on. So while the priests, they try to talk about the Brahman and everything, but they focus on the gods who are somebody that you can talk to, you can ask, and you can...
Yes.
While the Brahman is, so he's basically saying, I exist. But I want this. Okay, so your want exists. But I need this. Okay, your need exists. And I am happy because of such... Okay, all that exists. And, that's the existential argument.
Yes.
But then the God is God consciousness is clearly, I need certain things and this guy is going to fulfill it for me. I owe it to God.
Yes.
Well, Brahman is, there's nothing to owe or to. It's just you are part of that existence and there's existence. So what is the difference?
There's a mantra in Sanskrit called Aham Brahmasmi.
Aham Brahmasmi.
Yes.
Okay, Aham Brahmasmi.
It means I am the absolute, or I am an eternal.
I am the absolute, I am the eternal.
Aham means I am.
Ah.
So the Muslims and the others would argue with the Hindus, with the traditional Hindus worshipping the gods and so on, they'd argue with them, saying that your ancient scripture talks about one God, and while you're following multiplicity of gods and blah blah blah.
Yes, yes.
But the thing is, they don't have one God; they just have existence. While the Abrahamic religions have one God.
Indeed, yes. Monotheism, yes.
But there's been an amazing, great debate in India. I mean, not always very friendly, but quite heated and everything. But because of the legal system and the protection and so on, even the heated debates are sort of well protected, and there's the dialogue that's going on about the religions, about the concept, about pretty much the Indian traditions and the Islamic traditions. So there's a lot of great exchange.
Yes.
I think right after India became independent, the secularism was kind of the theme of the governorship, to kind of, because so that it becomes encompassing all the different variety of people who are there in India.
Ah, right, yes.
Secularism would be the safe this one, and I feel also that they would try to have pushed up the minority community so that they don't feel marginalized.
Yes.
But this is my theory. I feel because of that, the majority got sidelined a little bit, or marginalized. Or not in terms of that their population is huge. I mean, they're probably 80%, 90% of the population, but their ideologies and their strong beliefs and their desires of talking about their religion, all that got slightly marginalized, just so that the minority can be showcased.
That's quite an issue, yes.
Which is what this is all my thesis.
Yes.
So which is what I feel the current government is capitalizing on. Those marginalized Hindus to get their votes. They to get their votes. They strongly, our thing and our religion and our country and our way of tradition, our way of belief, and so that's also something that's playing out a lot right now.
And that is such a common political manipulative practice, shall I dare say.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It helps get the votes, for sure.
Yes, indeed. Yes, I've seen the same thing done in the UK, to be blunt.
Right.
Yes.
So we're just taking a few shortcuts. We're actually driving through this agriculture university.
In the University of Agricultural Sciences, there you are. You can see the sign, everyone. That's it.
And this is a 2,000-acre land parcel again, which was quite far away from the center city and all this. But now the city is growing around it, so
it's been swallowed.
It's been swallowed. So in the midst of all the traffic and everything outside, there's this 2,000 acres of this very peaceful and calm place over here.
That's a blessing, and there's a botanical garden.
Absolutely, and so people come out for their morning walks here, 5, and they shut it by 6 p.m. To the public. So, but it's open to the public for the morning walks and the evening walks, and there's tons of people using this.
Yes.
Reshma discovered this route for us, and it's been a much more pleasant and nice drive through.
It's an art to discover these places.
Yes.
And I've noticed that people who are well travelled, who have lived in different parts of the country or the world, we develop a facility for this, and the people who are indigenous, who lived there all their lives, often they're the ones who have the least awareness of the interesting routes I've quite discovered, certainly in England.
So just reading up how why we have so many different gods in Hinduism.
Yes.
What they're saying, very nice talk, where this gentleman saying they're just different ways of, that's the real way of looking at it, different
different ways to relate to the absolute
Because
reality.
we're all human, and the only way that many people can relate to the absolute consciousness is in the human form. So you think, oh, goddess, she's like a mother, she's very sweet, she's like this, Krishna's like this, Shiva is like this. So it's just, and that's the majestic nature of this particular way of thinking, is you can just have multiple ways to relate.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's very easy just to take the concept of Brahman and tell, why do we, when we talk about Brahman, why do we need to like worship this one and that one and this one? So it's just like we're just giving different personalities based on who we are.
To different aspects of existence.
Yes. And yeah, somehow it is more friendly for people, isn't it?
Exactly.
Right. And also it gives a lot of I mean, you're conscious now because it's a divine aspect. Otherwise you live an unconscious life. But then when you find out that Vishnu is this and Kubera, the god of money, is like that,
Yeah.
and Kali, who's time, and the void and all that. So then you start contemplating a little bit more and give it more respect because it's a divine quality.
Yes.
It's more like
And-
spiritual democracy. That's what they say.
A divine spiritual democracy, right?
Spiritual democracy.
I like it.
Yeah. They have existed atheists for thousands of years in India.
Atheists?
Atheists, absolutely.
What?
There was always a dialogue and a debate in this country. There could have been fights, but there was never a forcefulness of you have to. Even till today, in many households, different members of the family would be on different, belief systems.
Yes, different belief systems, different journeys, yes.
Because the Hinduism is not a very indoctrinating, you must, otherwise you're screwed kind of an attitude.
It's the only ideology that allows you to question God himself or herself.
So that's actually enabled atheism to actually exist and be accepted and tolerated. Wow.
There's no, you can ask, like in the Bhagavad Gita, the whole idea of the Bhagavad Gita was where, this character is questioning, who are you?
Yes.
What are you doing here? And you have the power, or you have the freedom to question without, being asked to just follow anything and anything.
That's quite rare. It could be you've had atheism for far longer in India than anywhere in the Western world.
Yeah,
Very likely.
Possibly, yes. I mean, they're dating back some of these cultures to 5, 6, 10,000 years now.
Yes.
A lot of dialogue and a lot of different ideologies, a lot of different sayings with different new concepts. So the kind, you could say that the modern day Hindu says, all these profound things are saintly and let us just worship everything.
Yes.
Including the guy who's saying don't worship and there's nothing there. They worship that all. He's saying something.
They worship the guy who says don't worship.
Let's worship this guy.
That's true inclusivity, isn't it? That's the ultimate inclusivity.
Right.
Oh,
I
that's,
think it's freedom as well.
Yes.
it is freedom.
Confined to a certain box.
But having said all of that, then now you've got the party, the governmental party that is in power to kind of reinvigorate that old tradition. There's something called the Hindutva, which is bringing back all that thing and trying not to be confused about it's okay to be or not to be, but to have a very clear-cut following and staying and being rooted in those traditions and so on. That's happening right now with the Hindutva.
Okay.
But So prior to the invasions in India, we have had invasions from Alexander, and then we've had invasions from the different from the Mongols,
The Mongols.
and then the different Islamic rulers. That would have probably kind of disturbed the ecosystem as to, oh, who am I and who are you? And
Yes.
prior to that, it was just like you and I were just just there in different aspects of existence. But then when the different ideology comes in, and then some of these invaders have had agendas of forcing things down people's throats and stuff, then you start becoming very anti yours and very strong in mine.
Yes. So the foreigners did bring some division with them, didn't they?
For
Oh,
sure.
yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Forced a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a lot of those moves that happened, 500, 400,000 years ago, and so on. A lot of that is trying to be. People are trying to reverse. The current government is trying to reverse that. The missionary works. They're trying to reverse that.
Yes.
Conversion attempts, or trying
Islamic.
all that calling to the religion.
Islamic influence.
Islamic,
Okay.
Christianic, all that, and
People are now getting to the bottom of things like what exactly happened in history and trying to rewrite the whole thing again.
Yes.
yeah.
Actually, the Mongols, right? It's from Mongols only the whole Mongol thing came.
Right.
So the Mughal
It's Mongol.
demonstrate from Mongols, right? Okay.
The
Mongols
Mongols
came in with the Islamic. That's how they came in. I mean,
The Mongols came in with secular,
Yeah, secular. They came in as a secular, just for territorial.
Oh.
conquest and so on.
Oh.
And
Many
in
generations after the Mongols came the
Islamic.
Mughals and very
And
Islamic.
some of the Mongols who were Islamicized, and then
Yes.
they kind of decided to not just conquer India,
conquer it with
With religion, yes,
with a
exactly.
mission, with a
Ah.
divine
make
mission.
this an Islamic. That's what happened over time. And then we had all the
But of course, under that divine mission, there was a lot of destruction. There was a lot of pillaging. There was a lot of rape, looting, which I think amongst the Indians, they did it way more mildly when they were conquering each other and trying to. There was a lot of kind of respect with one another, and sort of keeping up with the traditions of war, of whatever.
Yes.
But while the invaders came in, there was no respect for all of that, and just but then they established their dominance, and then became Indian as well.
So basically, despite all their extreme attempts, they became assimilated into
Yeah.
the Indian
That's right.
way.
Yeah. And they became part of the Indian story.
Yes.
So a real melting pot. I mean, America is a melting pot now for the last 50, 100 years or something. But this has been a melting pot for millennia now.
For millennia, yes.
we've got Greek influence. We've got like
Greek.
Yeah.
Greek.
Jews,
When Alexander came in, there were a lot of Greeks.
Of course. Sorry, my ignorance. Yes, of course, Greek. And of course, Jewish. Yes.
Jewish, Arab,
Persian.
And more recently, you had the Portuguese, didn't you?
Portuguese, the Dutch, the British, the French.
Yes, the French. Yes.
What does it mean to be Indian? I don't know.
Actually, yeah.
What about the Chinese? Have the Chinese?
Oh, for sure.
That's the Mongols were Mongolians are like Far East, isn't it? I think the Chinese came and invaded us.
Well, the Mongols and the Chinese have influenced each
Yes,
other,
I
of
think
course. Yes.
The Mongols were the ones who came in as far as the Far East.
Well,
was concerned.
we have a big border with China, huge border.
This is what I was wondering about.
So right now we've got the border control and everything, but prior there wasn't.
So there was free movement.
free movement, and
That's why the northeast people of India look.
the features of the people who are
Ah.
on this thing, they look very they have very
Chinese.
Asian features, Asian.
Yeah, we
So
all have Asian.
they
The whole
have,
northeastern
and
part
in
of
fact they're discriminated upon in India at the moment.
They are.
Yeah, just
Oh.
because of the way they look. But the truth is, they're all part of the same country.
When the COVID was going on, and the governments were trying to establish that it was China who was behind all of it.
Yes.
If they were, we don't know, or if they
Yes.
weren't, we don't know. But then all the Indian northeastern people were
India's gotta be-
they were paying the price. They were like, you guys and you Chinese, and they're like,
They're still called
we're
Chinese,
Indian,
but
dude.
they're actually Indians.
We're Indian, holding Indian citizenship and Indian identity cards and voter cards and everything.
Yes.
But they're because it's so far out and closer to China and Bangladesh and so on, the center has not focused a lot of attention in the infrastructure development in those areas much. So all those people are coming into the cities to seek employment and work.
Yes.
So so we have an army of them now here doing many different things. Services and stuff like that.
So the cities are just becoming bigger, aren't they?
For sure. Yeah.
Yes.
And then we have the Tibetan refugees as well.
Oh yes.
Oh, of course, the
Dalai Lama.
Tibetans.
And India's given them a complete space for them to just be.
Ah, good.
The Dalai Lama in Dharamshala.
He's still there after
still
all these
there,
decades. Wow, I didn't.
That's a seat of power now.
Yes.
Is in Dharamshala. He's running his entire government from there.
Yes.
And then they went on to open many sort of branches of theirs all over India, monasteries, and then their type of clinics, their
Ah.
medicine, and
Yes.
their, so on. So the monastery takes care of
We have
the
a settlement
meditation
here as well in Karnataka. Yeah, we can take Keith to
to
monastery.
Nandrol.
We have a settlement here also down south.
Yes.
Oh.
Part of the same guys. I mean, some of them came down south and settled. Most of them settled in the north, in Himachal Pradesh.
We have a few who've settled in
We have a
Somerset.
Tibetan
As
settlement
well?
in
We have a few Tibetans who settled in Somerset too. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. We have Momo restaurants. That's very
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Right.
Yes.
That's it. That's the damn, you got to the heart of it.
So, what China did is China forced Tibetans to travel
Yes.
and spread their culture. Yes. This is an utterly extraordinary journey. There's no way on earth I could possibly have manifested a journey with this complexity and diversity.
Yeah. That's everyday life.
That's everyday life, is it? Okay, right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And how many road signs have I seen? Very, very, very few.
Very few,
I think Keith's been nice. I
yeah.
don't see a single one.
Gosh.
Oh no, but I think one day, maybe like a week or 2 weeks later, we should take him into the city.
Yes, yes.
Traffic.
100%.
Yes.
Now we should like slowly,
Yes.
like gradually.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think a month is not enough. Keith.
Right.
If there aren't people desperately waiting for you in the UK, which they could be, but I will try to see if we can convince you to stay. Because I'm like, what? That's just 4 weekends. That's good.
That is the truth, unfortunately, yes.
Yes.
So we are outside Bangalore now, do you think, or not
We're
quite?
in the
No, not
rural-
yet.
rural-
yeah.
We are in Bangalore, but we are in the rural side of.
I mean, people here still call themselves that they're in Bangalore.
Okay.
But
Probably getting into the
yeah,
village.
quite out of the central business district and the sort of the what I was telling you, the BBMP, the municipal corporations limits.
This is like the countryside.
Okay, yes.
And this journey, even though it's taken us 25 to 30 minutes now, it's
Yes.
hardly 10 kilometers.
Really?
So, yeah, if it was a better road and if it was better traffic management, we should be getting here way
Sure.
faster.
Oh yeah, everything is very close. It's just like
Yeah,
you
kilometers
take-
wise it is.
Everything is close.
And if
Yes.
you have a bike, you're faster. Yeah.
It's just it takes like years to reach because of the traffic.
So we're just like about 2-3 minutes away now.
Yes.
And so yeah, first what drew us here was Reshma's brother who found found the forest and invited us to come over there with him. So we came into the forest and we're like, wow, this is so quiet, and compared to the buzz of that highway and
Yes.
all that traffic and everything.
Are we going to Kaizen or Ikigai first?
Ikigai first, and I think I'll take my call, and after we chill for a bit in Ikigai, then I'll just finish my call probably about 20 minutes or something. Then we'll go to Kaizen, then we'll go to Site 59.
Yes.
Is that okay, Ray?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that okay for you in terms of time?
Yeah. But given him his things to do, it's all. Maybe we should just brought some tea.
We have bags and everything.
Oh yeah, we do. I keep forgetting I'm going to an Airbnb.
So, Keith, this compound wall over here, that
Yes.
is the entrance to the forest, to the Avlahali forest.
Okay, that's the forest entrance, yes.
Yeah. So we
It's
go
100
in, and
acres.
that's 100 acres going in.
Yes.
And so as we come from the forest, this is an Ayurvedic hospital.
Oh, an Ayurvedic
It's
hospital.
an entire. I mean, they do baby deliveries here, so it's
Ah.
not
Oh, they
just
do?
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a proper building with the elevators and
Yes.
all that. And so yeah, that's the Ayurvedic hospital, and just a little further is our
Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Airbnb, yes. This is our first
We have tea,
destination.
right? We have tea, we have coffee, we have
And we have
everything.
Swiggy.
Oh my god, I completely forgot.
So this place looks beautiful now, and it looks stunning when it's raining.
Ah, yes.
Right now a lot of the foliage have gone because of the heat.
Yes.
But if it was in rain season,
October, November.
oh my god, the lushness is just
So maybe it might rain today, who knows? I mean, we've been getting rains after 5.
We had some last night. We had a thunderstorm last night, didn't we?
Hey, do you see it, Rich?
Yeah. Oh, I completely forgot that we actually created that idea. You know, when I completely forgot that the design is what we actually talked about.
So here we are,
This is the house. This is the first
house.
destination.
Right.
New Jersey.
trying to look all inconspicuous in the backside so people prying eyes don't.
Yes, that's very well done. I get that. Well, folks, this is the end of this film. Thank you very much for joining us, and love to you all. And I'm going to go and explore. Bye for now.